Wow, did Tomley just predicted Bitcoin to hit 250,000 simply because of the pro crypto administration officials? I have this breakthrough strategy that will help show you how to set and forget and make $1 million in the next couple of years. Stay until the end of this video and I will show you my exact method. Here's a clip of Tom Lee explaining his prediction for Bitcoin.
I'm a Bitcoin holder. I believe you're a Bitcoin holder. There are other coins out there. Some of those coins have not done it well at all. They've diverged from Bitcoin. And there's a few coins like Solana that have done quite well. I had an investment in something that I think you did some research on called Algorand. Unfortunately, has not done well. So away from Bitcoin, are there things that you like? Are there tokens that you think from a utility perspective, from a use case perspective, that you like away from the store of value Bitcoin?
Yeah, I mean, the answer is yes. We've recommended to our clients that if they didn't want to be Bitcoin only, that they could look at Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, because we put those largely in the same category as like sort of core cryptos.
Yeah.
We are also entering what I think is alt season. Next year is really when I think the crypto market could broaden. And this is where those who are really experts on crypto, and I know you run a crypto fund, actually are gonna have some alpha, because that is actually when many altcoins could do really well. I think that the stronger Bitcoin is, the stronger the ecosystem becomes, and so many of these utility tokens and things that are tokenizing really start to have a lot of expected value. But I don't follow this as closely. Sean Farrell is much closer to sort of how to play alt season, and of course Skybridge.
Well, I mean, listen, we own things like Avalanche, we own Polkadot, we own Solana. We don't have lots of altcoins, but our performance has been great. But I think this whole thing's been driven by Bitcoin. If Bitcoin goes down, Tom, I don't think these altcoins go up, right? They're very correlated. Wouldn't that be fair to say?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, so next year could be a good year for Bitcoin, but then the alts do even better. So what people would measure as Bitcoin dominance could fall next year. So Bitcoin's total share of the market cap would actually decline because other things do better.
That makes sense. Let me pin you, because you're Mr. Prediction and you're Mr. Accurate. It's a year from now. We're celebrating Thanksgiving dinner, and both of us hopefully will have a lot to be thankful for, knock on wood. Where is Bitcoin 1 year from now?
Bitcoin 1 year from now, I think is something around 250,000.
250. Okay. So it's early then. If you could buy a stock at 10 and in a year it could trade to 25, that's a pretty good investment, right?
Yeah, very good. And but knowing that it is hyper volatile,
right. People don't like the volatility. I understand.
Yeah. Mark Newton, our technician, thinks that the cycle of Bitcoin turns a little bit down early next year. So maybe Bitcoin gets to the 60s, 60s before 250.
Yeah, I could see that. All right, let's go to regulation. And what I mean by regulation, not just crypto regulation, more broad regulation. Republicans and President Trump are known for deregulating. How much impact do you think that will have on food, energy? Give me some insight into your opinion of what's going to happen with taxes. Will the corporate taxes be extended, and tariffs? So the question is regulation, tariffs, taxes.
Yeah. Well, these are all areas that we're all going to be watching very closely. On let's say food, because you mentioned food. To me, the most important really is grain prices, because they've actually been softening. That would be really welcome if grain prices fell, because that would take the front end of food inflation out. Some of that could be because markets are trying to price in an ending of the conflict in the Ukraine, because that would help bring down grain prices, because it would just take away friction from the market. With regard to tariffs, I think that there is a lot of saber rattling because, throwing 300% tariffs on products would be, of course, very economic. It would just create so much turmoil in the economy. But what I have heard from Chinese manufacturers, because I was on the West Coast this week meeting with some, a group of businesses, is that China has already reduced the tax refund for Chinese exporters.
Bitcoin has been averaging 100% return per year since inception. One Bitcoin at the moment costs $100,000. How can the average person make any money? You don't need a whole Bitcoin. In fact, you only need to purchase $50 worth of Bitcoin, similar to fractional shares. Compounding interest is extremely powerful. The great investor Charlie Munger believed compounding interest is one of the most powerful rules to getting rich, as long as you don't interrupt it. If you invest $100 a month into Bitcoin and it returns 100% yearly, on average for the next 10 years, you'll have 1.2 million in 10 years. If you can afford to do a little bit more, let's say $450 a month, then you have 5.5 million in 10 years. Most people already invest through their 401k through automatic debit out their paycheck. That is the exact same thing as dollar cost averaging, which is buying a steady piece of an asset like the S&P 500, which is what's happening to your 401k. You could do the same with Bitcoin, but you just don't have to put as much as you would put in your 401k. Let's just say you only can afford $10 per month in Bitcoin. In 10 years, you have $123,000. So it doesn't matter, as long as you pitch in a little bit and you buy it monthly in a continuing basis, you can see how powerful Bitcoin is. The best way to take advantage of this opportunity is to dollar cost averaging into the well-known cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. Before you take any action, please do your own research because these assets are extremely volatile, and this channel is only for entertainment purposes only and not financial advice. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel and click on the link below for the free guide on how to pay zero in taxes from Infinity Tax.